See, today's our topic is Ether channel. In this Ether channel, the main purpose of multiple physical links combined into one logical link. Here you have multiple physical links like this is a switch 1 and switch 2. In between, we are using trunk ports and they'll carry the multiple VLAN information. And whenever if we have multiple links apart from that one, those are redundancy link. If redundancy link are there, then STP by default, what it will be do, only one link will be forward the information. Apart from that, all the links, those are move to the blocking state. Only one link as a forwarding. One side is it is selected as a root bridge, and apart from that all are non-root bridges, and only one link is DP designated port, and apart from that only one is the RP. These all are went to the alternate in the sense blocking state. Those are not work like these all are blocking state. If this one is a root bridge, then this one is DP, one is RP. Everyone accepted this? Everyone? Yes or no?
Yes.
It will be happen by default. What is the then this many links? If no load balancing, nothing is there, then wastage of my cost only. I'm wasting of these links, whichever I am pay the prices and all. If these links are good, means they have best. We took as a high end configuration switches, means we are wasting the monies also. If we have multiple VLANs here, here we have like 1000 VLAN. If those 1000 VLANs at only one link traveling means, then bandwidth utilization is more, then the packet drops will be happen. And they cannot reach at a time, and the wastage of bandwidth, speed, and everything will be happen, right? So I need a load balance is required. So how we'll do load balancing? Then we have a option like ether channel. With the help of ether channel, we can perform the load balancing. These multiple physical links are combined into one logical link. It will be created as a one port channel. That is nothing but ether channel. Just to write this definition for EtherChannel is a port link aggregation technology or port channel architecture used primarily on Cisco switches. Will use as a primarily on Cisco switches. Link aggregation or port channel in the sense ether channel only. Okay. It allows grouping of several physical Ethernet links to create one logical Ethernet link. What we discuss, group of physical links, it's combined into one logical Ethernet link for the purpose of providing fault tolerance and high speed links between switches and routers and servers. Where will you configure? In L2 also, L3 also will use this technology. And the switches and STP will treat the bundle port and single interface. The STP treat is a single interface, eliminating the possibility of a switching loop will use this. If we are having a eliminating the switching loop, we have a designated port and root port, and apart from that, those are alternate or blocking ports. But in this ether channel, all are forwarding ports only. All are like forwarding ports only, forwarding state only. If we have here you have VLAN 10 and 20 and 30, multiple VLANs, 40. For these four VLANs, I'll use for these two links as a one bundle, and apart from that, four links, four more than four we have again. These are for this. I'm using other like for this VLAN for load balancing for these links, and four links for this. I can use as a load balancing also. But in STP, it won't happen if we can use only one link as it. If otherwise, their loop will be generated. There are two issues with using only a single physical port for the trunk connection. Whatever in legacy, in STP, the two issues is the port represent a single point of failure. See, if only one link is there, if I am using not these links, let's assume these links are not there now. No, these three links are no, not there. Then only one link is there. If one link went down, it's a trunk link. Okay, trunk will be carry the multiple VLAN information. What will be happen? These VLANs will communicate to this VLANs on this PC wants to, here we have a PC one is in VLAN 10, and here we have a PC is in VLAN 10. They won't communicate because only one link is there. We don't have redundancy. It will went down means it won't work. That is the issue we have. And the port represent a traffic bottleneck. All other ports on the switch will use that one port to communicate across the trunk connection. Understood? Whichever the trunk connection is there, will use as a these are a trunk connection bottleneck with whichever. Understood? Benefits of adding redundancy to the trunk connection are fault tolerance and increase bandwidth via load balancing. Will increase the bandwidth via load balancing. Up to here, any doubts? Anyone having any doubts till? There we have two types of we can how we can configure it. There we have two types. One is manually we can assign the ether channel, and other one is dynamically we will assign the ether channel. In dynamically we have two types. Those are PAgP and LACP. Let's discuss more. And for ether channel, where will maximum the speed must match those things. A maximum of 8 active ports are supported in a single ether channel. Now I have taken 4, 4 for the one VLAN. Apart from that, again we'll take 4, one more 4 also. We can bundle it here up to 8. It will be support ether channel, and which port it will be support? Fast Ethernet and gigabit and 10 gigabit Ethernet ports only it will be support. And earlier we have a Ethernet ports also, and Apart from that, we have a serial ports. Those ports it won't support because those ports having limited bandwidth, less bandwidth. Like Ethernet having like 10 Mbps bandwidth, and a serial port having in kbps 64 kbps something. In kbps only, serial port having the bandwidth. That is the reason. And port setting that must be identical, including the following. Whenever we are configuring the port channel, the speed must match both, and the speed match to match, and duplex also must match, and STP settings also must match, whichever we are using, which ports, those must match. And VLAN membership we are using, if we are using access ports, those will be must match, whichever we are using. If access port, then opposite also access port. If trunk port is there, then won't, it will be not allowed. If both are both end trunk port, then it will be suit work. Otherwise, it won't work. And trunking encapsulation. Here we have two types of trunking. Which one, those sir? Encapsulation, trunking encapsulations. Who will give the answer? Trunk encapsulation methods.
Like attaching a VLAN to a specific port is
Trunking, two types of trunking is there. One is Cisco
the
proprietary,
tagging.
and one, yeah,
Like the tagging, like
trunking
tagging means
tagging
attaching a
encapsulation.
yeah, attaching a VLAN to a specific port is tagging. The tagging is called like encapsulation, right?
Yes.
The two types is interswitch link and uh, 802.1q.
Yes, that one. Good. Nice, Udita. Trunk also must match. If we are using one side ISL and other one side is dot one key, it won't work. Then it will be giving us error. And here we have two types of methods to do EtherChannel. One is manual and other one is dynamic. In this manually, I should have to configure. Manually, I want to go EtherChannel, select configuration, then EtherChannel, then whichever group, EtherChannel group, then whichever mode, then that mode I should have on. If I am on means it is a dynamically, manually I'm giving that. I'll show you in that configuration part. And here we have, those are PAgP and LACP. And it's Cisco proprietary. One is a open standard. How we'll configure it? Basic commands, write it. And before that, methods. Dynamic ether channel methods here, there. Cisco switches, our Cisco switches support two aggregations, and PAgP also and LACP also. And PAgP is a Cisco proprietary aggregation protocol, and LACP is a link aggregation control protocol. It's like IEEE standard. It's open standard, and that code is like 802.3AD, and our STP is like 802.1D. Likewise, the code is like 802.3AD. And here, see, I'm giving one. Whenever it's a manually, whenever I'm configuring, that is on. Whenever I'm configuring, that is on. Both are disabled. Manually, for I'm configuring, both are disabled. And whenever these are LACP configuration part, and these are, sorry, these are PAgP and these are LACP. And whenever both are disabled, and then it will be work. Whenever I'll give that also. Why should I have to waste time? Both end on means it's a manually we are configuring, and disable it's a LPAGP, it will be work, and desirable and desirable auto, it will be work, and auto, these all functions will be work. Apart from that, if both end auto is there, if both end auto in configuration part, you will understood that. And if it will won't work, both end we required to configure it as a desirable, otherwise desirable auto. And if active, these are the LACP protocol. For LACP, if both end passive is there, passive listen for only, it will be listen only, it won't send. If both end passive is there, it won't work. Whenever I'm doing configuration, then we will understand that. And just write the more configuration part. Configuration. Whenever I am doing manually, keep it with you. Try the lab. To manually configure two ports to join EtherChannel, like just move to the configuration mode, interface range, select the interface range, channel group is one, and mode we'll discuss. In channel group means whichever we are using. If in this channel we'll advertise limited, like 100 VLANs for this channel, or 10 VLANs, and one more. If I am selecting one more channel, then here I'll advertise like 20 VLANs, and one more channel, like it will be 48, up to 48 channel at L3 switch, and L2 switch as a like 6 channels it will be, we can create. And once we configure it, if we want port bundle, we can configure it as a EtherChannel also. Fine, I'm doing later, will once the theory part finish, we'll do the lab. Guys, up to here, anyone having any queries? See, both end PAgP and LACP exchange negotiation packets to form the ether channel. When the ether channel is configured manually, no negotiation packet are exchanged. If I am configuring as a both, if one end as a like PAgP and other end as a like manually I'm configuring here. Like here I'm doing like manually in opposite side I'm using as a PAgP apart from that LACP, then it won't work. Ether channel will never form if one switch manually configured and ether channel and other than switch using dynamic those things only. And PAgP, LACP are not compatible. Both sides of ether channel must use the same aggregation, will use same aggregation. Successful combination of ether channel would be like whichever we have used. That successful ether channel will be happen likewise. Combination of ether channel would be like likewise. Discuss about more LSGP, PAGP, the configuration part. PAGP is a Cisco proprietary aggregation protocol and support two modes. Desirable, actively attempt to form channel. Whenever one side is like desirable and auto, successfully form the channel. Otherwise you don't. And auto wait for the remote switch to initiate the channel. If one side is auto, the auto side will be whenever we configure as the auto, it will be wait for channel. If one other side is desirable, then only it will be channel will be happen. Otherwise it won't happen. A PAGP channel will be formed in the following configuration. Desire